We'll move on to 6, public input on solid waste matters. Is there something for that, Nick?
Oh, we have a meeting tomorrow night.
Okay. Item number 7 is the council forum. Is there anything that you want to discuss from any committee meetings, or?
I do have something.
Adam has something.
I do know that Darren had mentioned that he had been asked by our friends out at the wastewater treatment plant about the plans for prairie grasses, because we had previously discussed about using that as the project winds down out there as the location for a pilot purpose on prairie grasses. Darren, did you want to tell us what you learned?
I will tell you everything I know about it. I'm an engineer, not a landscape architect. But I walked down the hall and talked to our landscape architects, and they do a fair amount of that kind of stuff. And I got what I think is a summary that I can almost understand. And I brought a few of these. All right, everybody got one of these? Well, you guys might already be ahead of the game here. They're, in a nutshell, one of the landscape architects threw out this seed mix. Now, we understood this as being more wildflowers than prairie grass.
I'm sorry, that's right.
Is that correct?
Wildflowers.
Okay. So he threw out a rough mix, probably good for that area, and basically, you know, a seeding rate and things like that, and then kind of gave a really rough, what do you have to do to maintain this? Because despite what people think, you don't throw the seeds out there and never show up again. And in fact, we've done a lot of these, and they've been really successful or really unsuccessful based on how much maintenance they get. And that first year, you'll notice there's a lot of stuff that has to be done. And the second year, there's a lot of things that have to be done. And the third year isn't any better. So if you're going into it thinking, well, we'll get rid of the maintenance needs, you're not going to. After year 3, it might get easier. The other thing, I think we threw out a little bit of a number in one of these emails about what it might take to get this seeded in. This was based on seed cost that DOT has been paying. I'm not sure if you all got that or not, but I think Adam maybe had one and throw it here. The thing I would caution you on is this is what DOT has been paying. And the reality is DOT has been paying about a third as much for the grass. Out at the wastewater plant, we took bids on rural grass seeding, which would be like the DOT uses in a road ditch. And we paid $1.94 a square yard for that. And I think the going rate has been somewhere in the neighborhood of about 40 cents or less. So the rate for that individual item out there on the bid was about 4 times as much as, you know, we've seen around the rest of the state. The short thing, what I'm saying here, I guess, is although there's a number in this estimate, if it follows the same trend as this, it's probably going to be much more expensive than the DOT has been paying. And I think we said here that...
Is that a volume issue there?
Is
that a volume issue?
Yeah, a lot of it is.
How many acres are you talking about?
A couple acres, 3 acres maybe. And it does become a volume thing. The short answer, I guess, is we had guesstimated, based on DOT, cost of the seed plus the labor to put it down was about 72 cents a square yard. That being said, standard turf grass, DOT's been paying something about the 50-cent mark from the way it looks here.
42.
Or 42, yeah, so somewhere in that range. So I think it would be prudent when you're thinking about this to say, gosh, if it's been running 4 times as much, probably that 72 cents is more like $3 and something. Just an off-the-cuff, you know, translation of the cost. Is it a bad thing? No. Is it a good thing? Sure. But it will not alleviate your need for maintenance. And really, to be honest with you, the DOT rural seed is a really tough mix. It tends to work well, and it does what we're really after, which is to stabilize the soil.
You know what it is?
I didn't bring that with
Is it
me.
warm seasons or is it mixture of everything?
It's a mixture of a number of things. I think, Adam, did we email that to you?
Yeah, but I don't have it with me.
I didn't bring it with me, but I think Adam has it. If not, email me and I'll get you the exact mix.
Well,
And I'm certain I
know about as much as that. You know, there's a couple things looking at that. There's a nice wildflower mix in there, but you can go straight native grasses too. If you really want native grass, go switch grass and Indian grass and whatever. I don't know, Bill. I think it's something we need to talk about. It'd be nice if we can get a volunteer group to take this on the project. I don't know. That's what don't you think, Bill? If you work at it real hard the first couple of years, your maintenance is basically done, except for having Bill come in and burn it once a year for every 5 years. He loves to do that.
Goes in his sewer pond. I was going to say, you start burning near that lagoon up.
Thank you, Darren.
You bet.
Control
Appreciate
burn
your
takes on a
work.
whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Thank you.